CIL's history, this particular Center for Independent Living has a legacy of incubating programs, incubating services, because you have to remember in the late 60s and early 70s, there were no services and programs that supported independent living. So CIL had to do everything. And at one point, we did van modification and wheelchair repair as part of our core services, as part of our direct services. And we did that at our historic home on Telegraph Avenue. And like many of our projects that then either outgrew the organization or it made more sense to spin them off, such as Disability Rights Education and Defense Fund, such as a sports, a fitness program, wheelchair repair spun off and became something else. So we didn't do it anymore. And then over the years, other wheelchair repair shops started opening, and for a while that business kind of flourished in this area. The same with van modification. But over the last decade or so, we saw one after another repair shop close. And what was left, people weren't very happy with. When you have a monopoly on any type of customer service, then unfortunately what tends to happen is customer service goes by the wayside. So people weren't happy with the very, very limited choices in the East Bay, and our consumers were asking CIL to do something about it. So we were doing some advocacy with the shops that were left, but really we decided that, or the community said, will you guys start something? Because, we have the power of our pocketbooks, money talks. And if we could take our dollars somewhere else or take our doctor's prescription somewhere else, they thought it would improve customer service all around. So when the federal stimulus projects, when the RFPs were out for the stimulus dollars, we sat in our Telegraph office, the entire staff, we sat around the table and started brainstorming what could we apply for stimulus dollars, like what project would be really interesting, what would be new, what would help create jobs, and what could be sustainable. And it was our long-term finance director, Kari Eels, that said, maybe we should do wheelchair repair. And the whole staff said, yep, we've been hearing from the community that we need to do that. But we understood that just doing wheelchair repair and sales was not going to be enough to sustain a business. Because again, we had been seeing these businesses fail and close their doors because medical reimbursement, insurance reimbursements are low. It's very, very difficult business model to sustain unless you were really creative. And so that's when we put our creativity hats on and we said, well, what are wheelchairs and scooters? Well, they are mobility devices. And what are mobility devices? Well, they're assistive technology. And we already had a grant to do assistive technology. And so we just thought bigger. And we said, let's write a stimulus grant to open up an AT center and have wheelchair repair and sales be part of that, but not the whole. So wheelchair repair is very important. So the wheelchair repair piece was the problem, and we used that problem to think broader about an opportunity. So the opportunity was to expand our knowledge and our service base to include assistive technology as an umbrella, to be able to provide services to the community, and also to look at a different way of doing it, like what would be sustainable. And here in Berkeley, in Northern California, in the state of California, we like to think of ourselves as being very green. People in our community are very environmentally aware and very concerned about the environment. So we thought that reuse and really capturing reuse as a service to the community would, one, fit in with the value system of the community that we serve. It would reduce landfill, and it would get refurbished equipment into the hands that really need it, into the hands of people that need it. So our shop is an AT reuse, repair, recycling center. Wheelchair repair is just part of it.